Welcome to Wing It. We're playing Arkham Horror, the card game today. This is Zoey and Daisy in the Wages of Sin playing on hard. If you look in the links below, you will see my deck upgrade video where I go through the decks, what we've spent our XP on getting here, and just a short recap after the Witch House and kind of the mystery that went on there. They've now come to this graveyard looking for witches. They heard there's some activity. They want to find out more about witches. So here we are. Zoey has on Stick to the Plan. We have Ever Vigilant, as always. We have Fool Me Once, which, while we never got to cancel a card with it, we did get to take a nasty card out of the card pool. So I thought it worked well for us. And we got Dodge. I took Dodge instead of Taunt this time on Stick to the Plan because we do have the Watcher who's going to come, and it can be, he's a hunter, and he'll always be running around. Probably she. I should probably say she. And she'll always be running around and whacking people, and so having a dodge is nice for that, and potentially some other things. So, we're going to go ahead and draw up opening hands. Zoey gets her 5 cards. Zoey's Cross, Enchanted Blade, Lucky, and Overpower. Oh, those are so good cards. I would like to see a Xavier or another asset that I can Ever Vigilant in. Okay, well, Narcolepsy is going to get placed. I maybe should have kept those Luckies, though. Or at least one of them. Oh, I got lots of skill cards, which means we'll draw the tower soon enough. Interestingly enough, we can put the Hallowed Mirror into play, which is fine, I suppose. Means we don't have to fear taking like horror and damage and stuff. It is going to make our deck a little bit thicker for trying to find Xavier or the handcuffs. I'd like to have handcuffs, with all the witches, but Daisy gets to draw 7 cards because she's got 2 Studious. And we are looking for the Tarot, the Black Book, Encyclopedia, Mr. Rogue. Those are the kind of things that would be very helpful for us to see. We're not interested in Read the Signs of a 3-0 form right now. We will go ahead and take the Tarot. Let's see. I think we junk everything else. Read the Signs will be much better when there's haunted locations. So yeah, we'll junk everything else. Draw up another 6 cards. Let's see what we get. The shortcut is excellent. Got, unfortunately, Astounding Revelation. 2 shortcuts. Oh, that's actually really strong. But no tomes. So, yeah. She's got 3 tomes in this deck, which I think is generally pretty good. And I looked at 13 cards. Got none of those. Actually, actually 4 tomes in this deck, including the Black Book. Although it doesn't have an action on it. But she's investigating at 4 already, so I guess we can't complain too much. Alright, so Daisy's going to go first. And for her first action, she's going to move to the Abandoned Chapel, and she's going to start investigating. And investigating at 4 is good because, look, we can see that the tablets are -4. In this scenario, they're actually worse than the Elder Things, so you're a little bit punished for, in this scenario, for accepting your fate. But anyway, we will go ahead and investigate. She's going to investigate. She's at 6v2. Getting right down to business. Okay. Not as much business as I would like, but alright. So this is her second action. Alright, that is -4. So we do get a clue. And we'll investigate again. Okay, she gets a clue. I realize now that I didn't talk over the act agenda or show any of these locations. I just got to it. So we should do a little bit of that. The agenda here is just an 8 doom threshold. The act. In pursuit of the dead, you've come to Hangman's Hill to investigate reports of ghost sightings and strange activity in the woods the last few nights, and to learn more about witches who once hid in Arkham's past. Witches who have since emerged from the shadows in pursuit of some unholy purpose. Locations cannot be flipped over, and we're looking for 6 clues. So, these are 2-sided locations. And as it says, we can't flip them over yet, but they also are revealed, so we can see that these are 2 victory points. These other locations are not victory points, and they have no clues yet. The starting location is a 4th round, 2 clue, with an option to resign. Whose bright idea was this anyway? And then the location that Daisy has been investigating is the abandoned chapel, which is a 2-shroud, 2-clue location. During the Mythos phase, each investigator in the abandoned chapel gets -1 to each skill. So I kind of don't want to be there, and I don't need to be here for the Mythos, because we can spend 1 resource as Daisy to play shortcut level 2 on this location, and then we can use it and move to Haunted Fields. So let's take a look at Haunted Fields. Each spectral enemy at Haunted Fields gets +1 horror value, and there are 4 clues, and it's a victory 1. So we want to get these clues. And just because she can, she will spend 1 resource and play her other shortcut. So we have the center of the map pretty well taken care of in terms of being able to move around. Okay, so that is her. Zoey, I think we'll draw, move, and then ever vigilant. We're going to draw because we want to see if we can get... We don't really need the Hallowed Mirror out now. It'd be nice to get a Meat Cleaver or Brother Xavier or handcuffs. A Vicious Blow will work. Okay. Then she will move, and she will play Ever Vigilant off of Stick to the Plan. She can play 3 assets at a reduced cost. So she'll put Zoe's Cross into play for free. Hallowed Mirror, which will cost her 1. And the Enchanted Blade, with 3 charges, which will cost her 2. So we will go ahead and grab, because of the Hallowed Mirror, we'll put 1 Soothing Melody into our hand and shuffle 2 more into her deck. Okay, it's time for upkeep. Ready? And Zoey will get Evidence. Okay. If we can pull out an enemy, she can discover a clue at this location. Daisy will get Mr. Rook. Okay. Happy enough with that. And resources to play him, so we can get our tomes. Actually, she could pull out an enemy for Zoey, couldn't she? Alright, we are at 1 of 8 Doom. And Zoey will draw. Okay, speaking of enemies, we have the Priestess of the Coven. She's a 2/3/2. She gets +1 fight and evade for each witch enemy in the encounter discard pile, which is none. And then when the encounter discard deck runs out of cards, she readies and attacks each investigator at its location. So we will go ahead and use Zoey's Cross do damage to her. And Daisy will get Grave Light. If it's drawn from the standard encounter deck, shuffle into the spectral encounter deck and it gains Surge. So I didn't explain this, but there's actually 2 encounter decks. When you're at a spectral location, which is what these become when they flip over, then you draw from the spectral deck. So right now, we're just dealing with normal witch stuff. Later on, we're going to deal with evil haunted stuff. Okay. And then Daisy will draw Evil Past. Okay, so this is just going to go into her threat area. And she takes 2 horror when the deck runs out of cards. Not a big deal. So, Daisy's going to go first. And she will, I think, she'll spend 3 resources to play Mr. Rook. She will, she's going to shortcut over here because she wants to investigate the lower shroud and get those victory points. So she is investigating. We're going to use Mr. Rook at the end of our turn in case we pull Stubborn Detective. She's investigating up by 4. Elder Sign. She does not get to draw a card because she has no tomes in play. But at least she doesn't auto-fail. So often that becomes a Daisy. Okay. Up by 4 again. -4. It's good. And then she's got all the clues in that location. We will shortcut back. And we will Mr. Rook, digging the top 9 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll probably take the Necronomicon, I would think. So, is there a tome here that we can grab? I mean, we can grab the Black Book, which is certainly nice. Yeah, I guess we will. Okay. It doesn't have an action. And then, yeah, she gets the Necronomicon. Which we will probably just clear, because Zoey can heal that horror with the mirror. Oh, did we get an Astounding Revelation in there? We did not. There are 2 more in the deck. Plus there are the 2 encyclopedias, which is what we really want. Alright, it is Zoey's turn. I think we just take 3 whacks, or 2 whacks with the Enchanted Blade. We're not in a rush here. So she's at 6v2. And we decide at the end if we want to spend a charge, but we really don't. And we're at 6v2 again. -2. So the Priestess of the Coven is dead. And Zoey will spend 1 of her resources to play Evidence. And she gets 1 of these close. She has 1 action left. She'll go ahead and draw a card. Oh, she gets another Enchanted Blade. Okay. I can live with that. Alright, and then we will draw cards and get resources. Oh, she gets their handcuffs. Okay. That is nice. And Daisy will get Ethereal Form. 2 resources. That's ready. We're 2 of 8 2. We just need one more clue. That's good. And we get punishment. Okay, so this is, we have to put it in your threat area. After an enemy at any location is defeated, take 1 damage. You can test 3 willpower. If you succeed, discard punishment. And if there's an exhausted witch enemy at location, this test automatically succeeds. Yeah. And Daisy's going to get, a Covenant Initiate. Okay, so you discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. Right. And goes on Daisy. Okay, so I think Daisy is going to Mr. Rook in. Do we want to Mr. Rook? I think we won't, actually. Because I want to go ahead and take care of this Covenant Initiate. So Daisy will, or Zoey, let's see. Play the handcuffs, engage the Covenant Initiate. And we would be going at 4v2 on the evade, which is not ideal. That's probably okay. Yeah, so Zoey is going to spend 2 resources to put down the handcuffs. She will engage the Covenant Initiate, which will take a resource, which will give her a resource. We'll take our free action. Oh wait, we don't have. Does Daisy have anything she can contribute to this? Not really. Okay, we'll just try to evade. 4v2. At the end of the day, we can handle a horror because we can steal it later. So. 0. Good enough. Okay, so the Covenant Initiate is handcuffed at this location. Okay. So Daisy is going to, well, she'll use her free action on the Necronomicon. To do that. We will, I think it's worth it to get the Black Book into play. And then she can be investigating by a lot. So, well, no, we could do it next turn without wasting an action. So, alright, we will investigate, committing Astounding Revelation to this. So we are at, we're up by 4. We're at 73. We autofail. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and take our last action. I don't want to investigate, only up by 3. I'm going to take our last action to, this doesn't actually exhaust, to move a horror off of the Necronomicon. And then next turn, Zoey can heal 2 of it. Okay, so the witch stays exhausted because it's handcuffed. Zoey will take a card. She gets Brother Savior. Okay. And she's almost has enough resources to pay for him. Daisy will draw. Another Astounding Revelation. This feels terrible. Should have Mr. Rooked, but I didn't want to get the Stubborn Detective. Alright, well, it is what it is. Alright, we're at 3 of 8 doom. And Zoey will draw. Century of Secrets. Not too bad. We're going to test 5 willpower, and then we just discard cards. For each point we fail by. And if there's a curse, then we take a damage. Alright, so we are at 4v5. That's 0. So you discard 1 card. Okay, it's a Vengeful Witch. I'm happy to see that go, so thank you. And it's not a curse, so nothing happens. Daisy will get Ominous Portents. You must either draw the top card of the Spectral encounter deck. The card gains peril, so it can be cancelled, or test 3 willpower. If you fail, take 2 horror. Let's see. We don't really care about the horror that much. So we'll just test, well, we're at 3. I think we'll go ahead and get the card off the Spectral deck. Okay, it's a Wraith. Hunter, when Wraith is defeated by damage except from a spell or relic, instead of discarding it, attach it to its location. Attached location gains Haunted, spawn Wraith at this location. Okay. Well, fortunately, the Enchanted Blade is a relic. Okay, so Zoey, first thing she will do is to clear this punishment, which she can do because there's an Exhausted Witch at her location, thanks to the handcuffs. Second action, she is going to swing at the Wraith. Actually, yeah. We'll actually engage the Wraith and do damage to it. And then we will swing with the Enchanted Blade. We're at 6v2. -3, it's dead, and we don't have to spend a charge because there was already damage on it. So I did want to both heal Daisy and play Brother Xavier, but I guess we didn't have enough resources for Brother Xavier anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so we'll use our free action here to take the horror off of the Necronomicon. Do we want to Mr. Rook? I think we just want to play the Black Book and investigate. Okay, we have 2 actions. We're going to investigate. We're at 7v3 because we've got the Black Book and the Tarot. Okay, -4, we pass. We have enough clues to advance. I don't really want to, though. We probably will next turn, though. Alright, 7v3. I'll play 4. -1. Okay. Nice. Got that clue. Alright, upkeep. So we will get Scene of the Crime. Not immediately useful, but will be useful. Daisy gets Knowledge is Power. If we ever get a tome, that'll be a tome with an action on it. That could be useful. Alright, so we are at 4 of 8 doom. So we get, another Century of Secrets. Okay. We're not too worried about this. 4v5. That's a 0. And we discard 1 card. It is a curse, so we take a damage. And Daisy, we get a Coven Initiate. Okay. Discard the top 2 cards in the encounter deck. I think we'll go ahead and risk hitting Daisy. But first we're going to spin 3, 4, 5. And Zoey will put in Brother Xavier. Then we will swing with the Enchanted Blade at the Covenant Initiate. We're at 4v2. 0. So we will use a charge. We don't get to heal Horror. We'll kill the Covenant Initiate though. And we'll get to draw a card. Which is Daring. Pretty nice. And then we will play Soothing Melody to heal 2 of Daisy's Horror. And draw a card. Another Daring. Okay, so she played Xavier, she killed the witch, and then she healed Daisy's Horror. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and Daisy may go ahead and just pull out the Stubborn Detective now. But she can mind over matter and just kill him, I think. So she will Mr. Rook. 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see if we got the Stubborn Detective. We did not. We will take Encyclopedia. And what about these? Is there an Astounding Revelation? There is not. Okay. So we can play the Encyclopedia next turn. We'll go ahead and spend 6 of Daisy's clues, which is all of her clues. To advance the act. Soft chanting guides you to a gloomy clearing near the abandoned chapel. A circle of witchweed surrounds the clearing, swaying gently in the breeze. At the center of the clearing, a cloaked woman kneels in front of an unmarked grave, far from the remainder of the graveyard. You watch in quiet for a few minutes while the woman sings an old, somber melody. It reminds you somewhat of a child's lullaby, soothing, but with a dark gravity that betrays its purpose. As soon as the song ends, the woman's cloak dissolves into mist, and she vanishes in a swirl of shadows. So we spawn 1 set-aside heretic enemy at each of the following locations. That would be the edge locations there. Then we're going to add 4 clues to each of the locations and add 2 clues to each other location. So our victory point just went away. And then if we have 3 or more mementos under mementos discovered, you understand the tragic lyrics behind the witch's song. Each investigator puts into play 1 set-aside spectral web asset under his or her control. So those look like, this is the spectral web. So you can spend 1 to 3 clues as a group, and then you fight. So you can use other people's clues for this. Use this ability only to attack a Geist enemy. You may choose to use your willpower instead of your fight for this attack. You get +1 skill value and deal +1 damage for this attack, where X is the amount of clues spent for this ability. They each get 1 of these. So if Zoey can get some clues, she can fight Xavier pretty well. Let's put that down here. Alright, so I need to put the heretics out. But they look like this. They get +4 health. Well, so they're 6 health. They're 4, 6, 3. While a heretic is at a non-spectral location, it gains aloof and cannot be engaged or damaged. You can spend 1 clue to parlay. Look at the heretic's other side without resolving its text. So we can see what's going on with it. After a heretic is defeated, flip it over and resolve its text on its other side. So I've shuffled these up. They all look the same, but they have different text on the other sides. And we'll put 1 at each of these locations. now we have a new act, which is in pursuit of the living. With the mist comes remnants of the past, witches who were executed hundreds of years ago, and whose hateful spirits have returned to wreak vengeance upon the living. If you can banish them, you might learn more of the Covenant's secrets. So you can take an action to flip your location over, which is once per round at each location for the group. Clues cannot be discovered at non-spectral locations. You can banish as many heretics as you can if there are 4 copies of unfinished business in the victory display advance. So, all right. Oh, we need to put clues at all the locations. So I will be right back in a second as I do that. Okay, here we are. We have all the clues set up, and Daisy still has 3 actions to do things. Okay, so Daisy will use this shortcut to move here. Then she will flip it over to the spectral side. She'll take a look at that. It's exactly the same. It's still a 2 shroud location. And still during the mythos phase, each investigator of abandoned chapel gets -1 to each skill. And as a haunted until the end of the round, you get -1 to each skill. So we do not want to fail tests here. Okay. We are investigating at a 7v2. We're up by 5. Can't do better than that. Short of having a New Catastrophe in my hands. -4. We are still good. We get a clue. We will investigate. -2. We get a clue. Then we will shortcut back. I'm not sure that I want to flip that over yet. So what I'm going to do is engage this Covenant Initiate. And that just means that we have a witch always with us for clearing treacheries that is exhausted. So I didn't, because if you flip this Haunted Fields over to the other side so we can get clues, then we have to deal with a spectral deck, and I prefer to put that off. So this one we couldn't flip back over, but I just didn't want her to stay at that location. All right, so there we are. It is cards and resources. Daisy will get, or Zoey will get, sorry, handcuffs on the resource. And Daisy, another mind over matter. More importantly, she's got enough resources to pay to get her her encyclopedia down. Right, we are at a 5 of 8 doom. So you will get, this is the evil past. It's not too big of a deal. And then Daisy with Bedeviled. Okay, you cannot trigger action abilities on cards you control. It has 3 power. If you succeed, discard Bedeviled. If there's an exhausted witch at your location, this test automatically is successful. So, cool. And that goes here. Oh, I was going to play Scene of the Crime, but Zoey does not have enough resources for that. So that is unfortunate. Alright, Zoey is going to take an action to clear Bedeviled, which, because we have an exhausted witch location, just automatically is cleared. She is going to take 2 resources and then use this shortcut to move over to this location so she can see the crime on it. So this is a 4 shroud, 0 clue. After which enemy at Heretic's Grave is defeated, discard the top 2 cards of the standard encounter deck. Let's just have a clue so we can actually see what this guy is all about. So that might be worth it. We'll go ahead and do that. This guy is all about this lady, I suppose. And so we'll spin a clue and we will check the other side. Okay. Okay, so you're going to take a horror every time this is in your... So normally you would see this when you defeat the witch. If you're at Chapel Crypt, which is here, and it has no clues on it, test 4 intellect or 4 fight. If you succeed, the ghost is banished. Resolve the text below. Okay. So we've got the defeat. This one getting all the clues from over there. With the 2 clues, we could be over there in 1 turn. Yeah, I think it makes sense to go ahead and defeat this heretic and then go over to the other side of the map. And Zoey can take some horror. She's got Xavier and she's got a way to heal horror. So I think Zoey will hang out here, defeat the heretic next turn if she can. And then Daisy will work on getting those clues over here so we can do the test. Okay, that's a solid plan. All right, Daisy will spend 2 resources to put her encyclopedia into play. Do we want to, Mr. Rook? I don't think we need it right now, and I don't want to spend a turn. Well, actually, spending a turn messing with... No, we don't have a resource for Mind Over Matter. Yeah, so we don't want to mess with the Stubborn Detective. So she will boost her intellect with the encyclopedia, and she will investigate twice. Or we'll investigate once, we'll see. Okay, that's 0. She gets a clue. We have 1 more action. I'm thinking about leaving those clues there and moving here. Oh, we've had to flip this over in order to investigate. Yeah, so this is just for each spectral enemy at the haunted fields gets +1 horror value, and then move the nearest spectral enemy once toward haunted fields. So we can take an action to leave here. We could move and then start getting clues there. Seems better, and then we don't have to worry about... We can get those 2 clues later. Alright, so we will go ahead and we'll flip Abandoned Chapel back to its non-spectral side, since we have that option. As a matter of fact, she could shortcut into this location. Yeah. So it's a 6 shroud, 0 clue location. While there are no hex treacheries among the investigators, threat area at Chapel Crypt, it gets -3 shroud. So nobody has a hex. She could spend 1 of her clues actually to check out what this heretic is. So yeah, we can do that. No reason not to. Might attack her, but okay. So this heretic is... Okay, if you're at the gallows, which is up here, and there are no clues, you can test willpower or agility. So we're going to have to just cross this map quite a bit. Remember, our goal, I don't know if I said this, my goal is to get 1 of these done. So I'm pretty okay with where things are at. Okay, so everything ready. Going to draw a card of the tower. Okay, well, yeah, that's going to change my plans a bit because the cards I was planning to commit to this, I can't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She's got to discard a card. She'll get rid of handcuffs. And yeah, we're just going to have to burn actions taking care of the tower, sadly. And Daisy will get Pathfinder. Not enough resources to pay for it. We could just use the Black Book to do it, though. Alright, we're at 6 of 8 Doom. We'll draw a card. Okay, Zoey will get Covenant Initiate. We will get across, do damage to her. She has to discard 2 cards. Or do we take? No, I think we'll do it. We'll do the damage because I want to save the charges on the blade. And then Daisy, going to draw Diabolic Voices. Okay, 3 willpower. Are there 2 in this deck? 1, 2. Okay, we're gonna have to discard a random card from our hand. Do we care? I mean, well, we hate to lose this Pathfinder. We can deny existence on this, though, which is probably a good use for it. We're at 4v5. Okay, we have to draw another token, -2. Alright, so we have to, we fail, discard 1 card, a card from Ran. Because we were at 4v5, we discard 3 cards. So yeah, we'll just deny existence on this. So we don't lose a bunch of cards. We don't want to lose our Pathfinder. Okay, so I think Zoey just unfortunately is going to have to spend her 4 resources to play the tower. She will take a swing at the Covenant Initiate. She's at 62. Okay, we have to reveal another one. Oh, autofill. Okay, at least it's not retaliate. Okay, we're swinging again. 6v2. Oh, wait, when we played the tower. So we can't play the tower yet. We'll say we have not played the tower yet. -3. Now it's dead. Now we play the tower. I would not take a knock of opportunity for no reason. Okay, so next turn, she should be able to do what she wanted to do. So at this point, we are going to plan, we will boost intellect for Daisy. We'll use Mr. Rook to search 9D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we still didn't get a stubborn detective. The deduction seems to be, oh no, Mr. Rook, because we want to, do this again. Okay, well, we will spend our resource to play Mind Over Matter, so we can evade using her intellect. She will flip this location over, look at the spectral side. So it now picks up a haunted, find the topmost hex treachery in the standard discarding counter pile and put it into play in your threat area. Okay, and then this heretic engages her. She will evade the heretic. She's at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 3 in this evade. -2. It is evaded, and now she's going to get clues. So she is at 93 to get clues. -2. That is a clue. And again. Elder Sign. She gets to draw 2 cards for 2 tones. And we're going to get Premonition and another Tarot. She gives her way too many cards in her hand, but it's fine. So we got this clue. So we've gotten 4 clues. Any phase, nothing happens. We'll ready everything. This will engage her. And then Zoey will draw a Guts and a Resource. And Daisy will get Otherworldly Codex and a Resource. She's got 10 cards in her hand. We'll definitely get rid of the Tarot. And probably the Astounding Revelation. Alright. 7 of 8 Doom. This having them split up, I did not intend for them to be split up so long, but getting that the tower really, really frustrated Zoey a bunch. So, alright. She gets a Vengeful Witch. After a witch enemy at a heretic's grave is defeated, discard top 2 cards in standard combat. She's a 3/3/3. Oh, you spawn her at the gallows or the heretic's grave. So I could spawn her at the gallows. Interesting. Then we don't have to deal with her right away. Okay, and then Daisy has to draw from the spectral encounter deck because she's a spectral location. Fate of All Fools. Okay. Well, there's something we could do with the Otherworldly Codex. Let's get rid of that. So this heretic needs to go to the gallows. Daisy could actually probably kill it with her clues. Because she could use Spectral Web. If she put 2 clues, then you get +1 damage. So she would be doing 3 damage attack. And she would be going at a 4, 5, 6, 4, but she could boost her willpower by 2. That actually seems to make sense. And then she could actually move up to here and we could work on that 1 heretic. We could work on getting the clues off of that location. Makes a lot more sense than what Zoey has been doing, I think. So Zoey goes, takes out the witch this time. And then she can see the crime next time. Alright. I like that. So that in this way, sometimes you just gotta say, like, that plan I was planning to do, and then we can come back for this heretic. I mean, it'll be not too hard to clear it. You know, to get those 2 clues and clear it later. Okay, yeah, so Zoey will move in. The Vengeful Witch will engage on her. And she will use her cross to do a damage to it. Let's see, and this is when the Vengeful is defeated, deal its damage and horror to each investigator at its location. The Enchanted Blade is if the blade is empowered and this detect. So if, I don't remember which happens first, if or when, but okay. Either way, we've got to kill this thing. So let me I'll go ahead and just use a charge on the Enchanted Blade. Well, we'll see. All right, we're at 63, which is not great. Okay, never mind. Maybe we won't. We'll go ahead and use a Vicious Blow. So we're 73 because we just want to be up by 4 on this. Elder Sign. Okay, overkills the witch, but it's fine. Usually what happens. Very thematic, I suppose, for Zoey. We do take a damage in horror. Not too big of a deal. We have 1 action left. We're going to grab a resource so that we have enough to play the other Enchanted Blade. Alright. So I'm happy enough with that. Alright, so Daisy is going to play Knowledge is Power, which is fast, on her encyclopedia. So that just gives her +2 to her willpower. So now her willpower is 6. She is going to use 2 of these clues, which will boost her willpower to 8. So she's fighting at 8v4. To do 3 damage to this heretic. That's 3 damage. I don't remember actually what it is that we have to do. I hope it's not like something like spend resources. Alright, so we'll do 2 more to be 8v4. Okay, we have to draw another. It's -4, so we are still, and it's the number of unfinished business in the victory display, which are none right now. So we have defeated this, and let's hope. I should have noted what this thing does when it's in your. Okay. At the end of the round, you must either take 1 damage or flip this card back to its enemy side. That's fine because we want to kill Mr. Rook off anyway. Because he is, we want to play the other Mr. Rook that's in our hand. Alright, so we have 1 more action. We will move here, and then shortcut and shortcut to get up to the gallows, which is where we want to be. So we do have to take damage, which we'll put on Mr. Rook for the unfinished business. And we will draw cards and get resources after everything readies. So we will get guts. She has 2 guts. She has lots of guts. She is Zoey, in fact. Daisy. Deduction, which is pretty well timed for what I want to be doing right now. Okay. And then I did not actually look at the gallows, but it gets +1 shroud for each witch enemy in play. Each of these heretics are witch enemies. So, shroud right now is pretty high. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, because we got that handcuffed witch we're dragging around. 7 shroud, pretty gross. But I believe we can do this. The agenda is going to flip. Things are about to get nasty. The sobs of the dead echo throughout the woods, accompanied by murmured promises and whispered threats. But when the spectral mist blots out the sky, all turns quiet and still. Your hair stands on end, and you begin to tremble. Every fiber of your being screams, flight. The hunter has smelled the blood of its prey, and now it has come to claim your fate. Flip each location to its spectral side, put the set-aside spectral watcher enemy into play at Hangman's Brook, and shuffle the remainder of the set-aside watcher encounter set into the spectral encounter deck, along with the spectral discard pile. So I will do all that, and be right back. Alright, our good friend, the spectral watcher, is back. I had realized that I had not put the 2 clues from Hangman's Brook from earlier. I went ahead and did that. We flipped everything over to a spectral side. So the gallows that we're at now has a new haunted effect, which is discard the top 3 cards of the standard encounter deck. If a witch enemy is discarded by this effect, draw it. So that's where we're at. And this heretic will, because it's no longer going to be aloof, because we're on the spectral side, we'll go to Zoey, who will, of course, use her cross to do a damage to it. And now we're going to be drawing pretty much exclusively from the spectral deck. So should show the new agenda. Death's approach. Hangman's Hill is plunged into darkness as the spectral mist invades every inch of the woods and the chapel. Somewhere in the midst, the watcher spies its prey with eyes as empty as graves. Locations cannot be flipped over, so we are stuck in the spectral side. So hopefully we can clear this one fairly soon. Depends on what we get, how bad this is going to be. But Zoey will get a Wraith, okay? So we've already used the cross, so we're just going to get a resource. And then Daisy gets Realm of Torment. Put it into play in your threat area. When the turn begins, resolve each haunted ability and location. When your turn ends, test 3 willpower. If you succeed, discard Realm of Torment. So we may be drawing a witch here, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think Zoey is going to go first. Her first action is going to play Scene of the Crime. Get 2 clues. Okay, then we will, let's see, guess kill the Wraith, which the horror is more of a concern than the extra damage. Okay, yeah. We will swing at the Wraith. We are at 4, 5, 6 to beat 2. -1. We will spend a charge off the enchanted blade to kill it, which will heal horror and draw a card. Take the initiative, it's not bad. For our last action, what are we going to do? Do we care about this heretic? Let's see. Let's find out what she requires. We'll send a clue, and we will. Well, maybe I want those clues actually. So we are swinging at spectral watchers here. We're going to commit a stunning blow to it. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 4. Commit a daring? Or do we commit a vicious blow to be 8 up? We'll commit a daring. Okay. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to beat 4. Alright, 0. Way overkill. We draw a card from daring, which is another Brother Xavier. And he takes a damage, and I don't think I want to use my last charge on my blade yet. We'll do it when we actually kill it, which we can probably do next turn. So that is that. Daisy has to resolve the haunted ability on her location, which is going to deal a lot of horror to everybody. That's okay. So we have it's when you resolve each haunted, discard the top 3 cards of the standard encounter deck, which is only 2 cards. There's only 2 cards there. And there is no witch. But that means they each take 2 horror because of evil past. So I think Zoey will take 1 horror and put 1 horror on Xavier. Daisy will just eat the 2 horror. She doesn't care that much about horror. She's a very mentally stable librarian. She can see a lot of terrible things. Okay, and then they have to test this evil past. So Zoey is at 5v3. She will commit guts. Be 7v3. It's -1, so evil past goes away. And we could, you know, like play her fool me once on that, but I don't think it's likely to come up again. She draws a card. And gets narcolepsy. Okay, well, that is certainly a thing. Then Daisy will get... she has to test this Realm of Torment. So Zoey cannot commit her guts to Daisy's test. So, I mean, if the Realm of Torment, well... Yeah. She's at 4v3. I guess keeping it is not the worst thing. Actually, she will put 1 of her horror on Mr. Rook. He might die. So 4v3. Auto fail. Okay. So Realm of Torment stays with her. It's not a big thing. Alright, so she still has 3 actions left. Well, her first action, she is going to wake up Zoey. Discard the narcolepsy. We have this deduction, so we can get those last 2 clues. We will go ahead and premonition. See what we have to beat here. Because the shroud is 7. Oh, it's going to be, we have to, okay, so it's going to be a lot. You have to draw another card. That is unfortunate that permission doesn't tell us much here. So we will go ahead and we're at 5, 6, 7 to beat 7. Yuck. Okay, so we will use Encyclopedia to boost up to 9 to beat 7. We will Knowledge is Power to use Encyclopedia again to go to 10 to beat 7. And we'll do Deduction to beat 11 to beat 7. So we resolve the skull token, and then we draw another one, which is another skull token, which means we just have to resolve another one. The drama. Okay, is -4. We do not fail, so we get both clues. Okay, so now this is if you're at the gallows, which we are, and there's no clues, test willpower or agility. Well, we can't beat a willpower or agility test now. So, actually, that big deduction play wasn't the smartest, was it? But let's see if we grab a resource. Well, let's parlay with this guy. Let's see what she does. If you are at the heretic's grave, okay, it's here. Okay, so we've got a nice little circle, and it has no clues. We can do this. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty good. And it's discarding cards, which we can probably do. So she has one last action left. If we take an action, then we can play Mr. Rook next turn, which is decent enough. So we will take a resource. So the Spectral Watcher is going to hunt. Heretic moves. She takes damage on Mr. Rook from her unfinished business. Oh, she has to test this Realm of Torment, which actually Zoey could commit a guts to. Which I should have done the test, but whatever. With the willpower. She's at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. Does she have anything else she can commit to this? Ethereal Form, which I always just seem to be committing. But 7 to beat 3, get rid of that Realm Torment. Elder Sign. Okay, so she draws 2 cards. Astounding Revelation. Just my luck. And a tote bag, which I don't... I mean, we could use that to play that, the Otherworldly Codex, if we wanted. Okay, but this Realm of Torment is gone, so that feels good. Alright, so we already did the hunt thing. Zoey does need to draw a card. She will get another Take the Initiative. And she said, okay, we're still resolving things, right? Yes. And we will cross this heretic that's engaged with her, which is what I was doing before. The 3 damage. Okay, now we are an upkeep. Zoey will draw Soothing Melody. That's not too bad. See. Yeah, we can use Zoey's Cross. Because we used it last round when it engaged her. Oh, no, wait. It's exhausted. Okay, and then Daisy will get another Encyclopedia. Or a Wild Icon at this point. A resource. Okay. Not too shabby. 7 cards. Okay, we're at 1 of 7 Doom. And they each draw. I need to shuffle this in case we have to pull from it. Okay, and then Zoey will get Terror in the Night. Test 4 willpower if you fail. We're at 5 V4. We'll go ahead and commit, take the initiative to this. 8 V4. I'm not that worried about passing it, but I mean, I've got a lot of cards in my hand, so might as well use them. And anything can be a tempo hit, so. Daisy's going to get the Trap Spirits. Okay, test 3 agility. This is not good. She's at 2v3. She's going to take 3 damage. Which we can heal. Not a big deal. Okay. She takes 3 damage. Zoey has the mirror, so we can heal it if we need to. 2, 3. We need to test the this unfinished business. We need to beat it, and it's going to be we're doing willpower, so we can get at it's a 4 willpower. So Daisy can boost. I think Daisy has to do it, and then yeah, Zoey will play her weapon and move in and start whacking on that heretic. Okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. So Daisy will boost her willpower with Encyclopedia. So she's at 6, and she'll commit her tote bag to be 7, 8. So we're going at 8v4. But the first thing she does, before she does all that, is she'll spend 3 to put Mr. Rook down. Yeah, then she'll do that 8v4 test. Alright, that is -1. So this goes into the victory display. So we got our 1 that we care about. But it does make the skulls worse. Okay, so that's her second action. Third action. I don't want to move. Can she shoot the heretic? Well, she's already boosted her willpower. She could do 2 damage to it. She would be at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, but Zoey can spend her clues. So we need to do 2 damage. So yeah, 7. Yeah, she'll do it. She's gonna try to hit that spectral watcher, the heretic that's there. So, which is gonna make her discard cards. But she's got cards she can discard. Okay, so she's at 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from the 2 clues we spent 7, 8 to beat 3. No, 8 to beat 4. Alright. If we miss, we do 3 damage to Zoey, which would be spectacular in a really not spectacular way. -2. Okay, that's 3 damage to the heretic. So this is okay. So we just need it. So we're at the end of the round. You must either choose and discard 2 cards from your hand, or flip this card back to its enemy side. And if you're at Heretic's Grave, which is right here, then we test willpower or fight 4. If you succeed, the ghost is banished. Okay, so we just got to get all those clues and discard cards along the way. Okay, so Zoey has. I was going to use her Enchanted Blade, but I am now not going to. I spend 3 resources to put in another Enchanted Blade. 1, 2, and 3. I will play Soothing Melody on Daisy to heal 2 of her damage. And draw a card. Smite the Wicked. Okay. We'll discard cards. Wait, from the top of the encounter deck. So that would be this encounter deck, I suppose, since they're a spectral location. So we get an enemy. It's a Wraith. So he's going to be, we'll put him over here, location 1, 2, 3, yeah, because we want to go back there anyway. And he doesn't hunt; he's just a 2/2/2. So yeah, we'll deal with that later. So okay, action. I think, as crazy as it sounds, she will use her last action to move into here. The Spectral Watcher comes on her and she'll get a resource. Alright. Cool. And then next turn I can shortcut into the heretic and keep him busy. If I moved in now, I would take a damage and a horror from the heretic and then a spectral watcher when he comes in. So this way, I won't take the damage and the horror from the heretic and I can keep busy. So Daisy can come in and get the clues and then we can clear, her thing. So that's my plan. That's my thinking. Okay. Upkeep. Zoey will draw Ace of Rods. Okay, and then Daisy. All this is ready. Oh, read the signs is fantastic right now. Okay. She has to get rid of 2 cards. It'll be Astounding Revelation and Encyclopedia. We should have gotten a resource. Alright. We're at 2 clues here, or 2 doom of 7. Okay, Realm of Torment. Okay. So the haunt on is move the nearest spectral enemy once towards the haunted field, which is, she's already got one on her, so that actually won't do anything. We just need to clear it next time. Okay, and then Daisy will get Shapes in the Mist, resolve each haunted ability in your location. So we discard 3 cards, and hopefully we don't get a witch, because that would be bad. We do. Covenant Initiate goes on to her, and which discards top 2 cards here. And then this surges into Burdens of the Past. If there's no copies of unfinished business in your threat area, it can surge. Otherwise, trigger the forced ability of each copy of unfinished business in the threat area. Okay, so she has to discard 2 cards from her hand. I don't think we're going to have enough resources to play Otherworldly Codex or Pathfinder. We want to keep the Mind Over Matter because we'll need it for what we're doing this turn, I think. Okay, apologies. I had to rewind a bit. I took some invalid actions that didn't work. So hopefully I reset everything back. It's where it should be. So what I was planning to do here is we were going to take out... We're going to move Zoey in, deal with this heretic. And she's got to dodge, so she's in pretty good shape. So yeah, we're going to shortcut here. Zoey. Actually, I wonder if it would make sense to just work on the Watcher and get these 2 clues for the victory point, because we really do want that victory point here. We could take a turn. Let's see, we're at 2 of 7 doom. I think Zoey's cross. We didn't use it for anything. Yeah, I'd like to get those 2 clues. So I think that is where we will focus now. We can exhaust the Watcher. I think it's probably good. Okay, so we will do that. But Daisy actually is going to... she's going to move in here. Do we Mr. Rook? I don't think so, because we don't... Okay, well, she can't move in here, actually. Just kidding. We're not doing that, because she has this Covenant Initiate on her. Zoey could go up, clobber the Covenant Initiate. I think that makes more sense, actually. That Realm of Torment's pretty gross. No. Okay, Daisy is going to spend 1 resource to play Mind Over Matter. She's going to evade Covenant Initiate. Okay. She was at 7v2. Initiate is evaded. She will take a second action to move. She will boost Zoey's willpower with the Encyclopedia so that Zoey can beat this Realm of Torment. And yeah, the Haunted doesn't do much, so we're going to investigate at 73. We're up by 4 anyway. -2. We got the clue. Okay, and then we're going to Mr. Rook. And I just really wanted to get a card into her hand so that I will have 2 cards that are not read the signs to discard. So for her unfinished business. So we're Mr. Rooking. We're looking at the top 3 cards, hoping not to get the Storm Detective. Okay. Deny Existence is actually, we can keep one of our cards with that. So pretty good. All right, so Zoey is going to attack the Spectral Watcher. Oh, she has to do the Realm of Torment, which just moves the nearest spectral enemy, which is the Spectral Watcher, to this location. So not a big deal. She is going to attack the Spectral Watcher with the Enchanted Blade. She's at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. Elder Sign. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty nice. We will remove a charge. We'll do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then we will do it again. Okay. So it's -1, and we draw another. Auto fail. Okay. Well, we don't have to spend a charge. Now I'm going to go ahead and commit Daring to this because we really want to pass. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 3. Well, actually 6 to beat 3 is good enough. We're not going to commit the Daring to it. Daring will come useful later. Okay, 0. So Spectral Watcher is defeated. We can heal Horror and draw a card. We get Soothing Melody. Nice. Because it's if you succeed, if the blade is empowered and attack defeats an enemy, and when the Spectral Watcher is defeated, yeah, instead of discarding it. So it still gets to be defeated. It's just, and so it's now evaded, and it doesn't do another attack. So it doesn't ready during upkeep. Okay, so it's upkeep. Oh wait, we have to test this Realm of Torment because we're boosted by 2 willpower from Daisy. We are at 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 3. We're up by 4. -4, good enough. Realm of Torment is gone. We will go ahead and spend a resource and put that on Fool Me Once, so we don't get another one of those. Apparently that's my favorite card for that, I don't know. Okay, so the Spectral Watcher does not ready. This Common Initiate does ready, and we will draw a card and get a resource. So we will draw a Lucky. Very, very nice. And Daisy will get a Guts. Alright. And then we have to get rid of 2 cards, but we will use Deny Existence instead. We're at 3 of 7 Doom. We need to hurry up. Stop messing around. Okay, Burdens of the Past. There's no copies of Unfinished Business in the threat area. There are not, so this gains Surge. Grave Light. Take 2 and place it in the standard discard pile. Okay, takes 2 damage. That is fine. We have got loads of damage so far right now. Okay, and then Daisy. Please not something that will hit our tempo. Please not something that will hit our tempo. Okay, Fate of All Fools. Takes 2 damage. Is it direct damage? 2 direct damage, okay. That's probably okay. I don't want to take the doom, so. Wish we had the deny existence for that. Okay, so Zoey moves in and takes out the heretic. Can she? I want those clues, but no way to get them. Moves in, takes out that heretic. Daisy moves in. Do it next turn. Alright. It is fine. Zoey will move in. Heretic will engage. We'll use the cross to do damage to it. We will use the ability on her spectral web. This will do +1 damage. She is attacking at 5v4. She'll commit daring to be 8v4. That may not be good enough. Well, we have lucky. Yeah. Good old lucky. -5. Okay, indeed. We will be lucky. And we draw a card from daring. And we do 2 damage to it. We get an evidence. Oh, that is pretty cool. So we did 2 damage to it. Okay, so now we will commit a vicious blow using the enchanted blade. We're at 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. To beat 4 is not ideal, but take the initiative could get us up to 8. So commit, take the initiative to be 8v4. -3. Okay, great. That does 3 damage to it. So we flip it over. And this is the one that, if you were at the end of the round, you must either take 1 horror or flip the card back to the enemy side. So that is cool. And we can spend 1 resource and play evidence in our hand to get a clue. So cool. So Daisy, can she get 3 clues? And test. No. We can do it next turn. Okay. So Daisy is going to boost her intellect. And she's going to investigate this haunted fields up by, she's at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, D3. -4. She will get a clue. Okay. She will use the shortcut to move here. She has 2 more actions. She will investigate. We're at 9v4. -1. We got a clue. Yeah, we'll just do it again. 9v4. -5. Still good enough to get a clue. Okay. So the Spectral Watcher readies, shortcuts ready. And we get, so we'll get Overpower. and a resource. Daisy will get premonition. Okay. So I guess we don't actually need read the signs, or maybe we do need read the signs. I think we'll get rid of. Let's see, what do we have to? What kind of test do we have to do? It's a willpower test. I think we will go ahead and get rid of read the signs and premonition, or read the signs and guts. Premonition is more valuable right now. Okay, that is from this. And we get a resource. Okay. Alright, we're 4 of 7 doom. Things are getting a little bit nerve-wracking. We will draw. Daisy will draw Fate of All Fools. Well, she has to put a doom on her card here. Which gets us. Oh, wait, that's. Zoey gets that. We still. I mean, we don't want to. We can't. Don't want to kill Daisy. So she's good. She's got her Fate of All Fools around here somewhere, right? Yeah, right here. Okay. So we're now at 5 of 7 doom. And Zoey or Daisy will get Malevolent Spirit, spawn at the Chapel Attic or Chapel Crypt. Okay. Let's put it at the attic. Okay, it's a chapel, Malevolent Spirit. Spawn at the Chapel Attic or Chapel Crypt. While it's at a spectral location, it gains Hunter and gets +1 damage and +1 horror value. When Malevolent Spirit is defeated by damage, except from a spell or relic, instead of discarding it, heal all damage from it, exhaust it, and move to any spectral location if available. Okay, so do we put it here and just plan on engaging everything? Let's see, what is Zoey going to do here? She just tank everything? I think so. What is this one? That, oh, and she was supposed to take a horror from Unfinished Business. And we have to have a monster turn here, which I think means Daisy goes first. Yeah. We can't use Mr. Rook because of stupid stubborn detective. Okay, before we do anything else, we're going to premonition. I think that's... no, we're not going to premonition. Yes, we'll premonition. Ah, not very useful. Okay, I think... we'll just investigate. What is it? Heal all 1 damage from each heretic in each. Okay, well, healing 1 damage from none of them are damaged, so it's fine. Okay, so we're just going to investigate. We're at 7 before, and we're at actually 6 before because of the skull. All right. -1, we still pass. Okay, so we got the clue. Okay, we will boost her willpower. So she's at 3, 4, 5, 6 to beat 4. And Zoey will commit a Brother's Savior. So she's 7 to beat 4. -2. Okay, so we got another unfinished business in the play. So that resolves this unfinished business. Okay, so that's 2 actions. She has 1 action left. And what would she do with that 1 action left? Wish that Zoey had gone first? I guess we'll just grab a resource. Because I don't want to draw cards because of Stubborn Detective. Well, if I get the Stubborn Detective right now... Actually, Zoey could probably just take it out. Okay, so we won't get the. We will go ahead and just grab the Stubborn Detective. I guess we'll get you 2 cards, but what's that going to do for us? We'll just if we get the Stubborn Detective, Zoey can engage it. No, kill it, move, and then tank a bunch of stuff. She's going to take one. She's going to take a lot. This is okay, though. So Daisy's just going to draw a card. Oh, it is the Stubborn Detective. She drew a card and got the Stubborn Detective for her last action. So she will go ahead and Mr. Rook, looking for the rest of her cards since there's no reason not to. And she'll grab Read the Signs, I think. So she can at least get those 2 cards, these last 2 in one shot, if Zoey can enable it. Zoey's going to have back up a turn. Okay. Remember, I don't think this is actually possible. I think they just need to move and resign. But we'll see. Okay. So Zoey's turn. She is going to whack the Stubborn Detective. She will, she's at 4, 5, 6 to beat 2. We'll commit Overpower. So an 8 to beat 2. -5. Well, I'm glad we did it. The Stubborn Detective is dead. Draw a card from Overpower. And we get another Overpower. Okay, so that was action 1. Okay, we just want to not take a trauma from this Wraith. So, action 2, Zoey will move here. Spectral Watcher comes on. Oh, and we get, wait, to do the 2 damage, we had to use the Enchanted Blade, which would heal a horror. And draw a card, which is Taunt. Oh, nice. Not very useful right now. Okay, she will use both shortcuts to move all the way over here. She gets the Malevolent Spirit and the Wraith. She will use Zoey's Cross on the Wraith. Do the damage to it. And she will take a resource from the Malevolent Spirit and the Spectral Watcher. Okay, she is going to take her last action to swing at the Wraith. She's at 4, 5, 6, V2. We'll commit our other Overpower. 6 V2. -2. Okay, so there we go. This Wraith is dead. We did use our Enchanted Blade. We just didn't boot. We didn't use the charge. So it's dead. Okay. And that is the end of. It's like this is at the end of the round. We take a horror. So we will spend a resource and play dodge to avoid the damage from the Spectral Watcher. Or actually from the Malevolent Spirit, right? Because he's Spectral Location, he gets +1 damage and +1 horror value. So we'll ignore his attacks, and we will take the damage and the horror from the Spectral Watcher. So we'll put the damage on Xavier, and we'll take a horror. And we're ready. Our cards. And, oh, she takes a horror at the end of the round. We'll put it on Xavier for the unfinished business that she's got. Cool. Alright, it's upkeep. Zoey will draw Meat Cleaver, which is a willpower icon at this point. And Daisy will draw... She's got a plan. And a resource. Okay. We are at 6 of 7 Doom. This has to be the last turn. Zoey will get Terror in the Night. She will just test it, committing the Meat Cleaver. She's at 6v4. Elder Sign, she passes. And then Daisy will get the Watcher's Grasp. You heal 3 damage, make it attack, which will attack Zoey. It's fine. She'll take damage in a horror. We could pop Brother Xavier to do 2 damage to the Malevolent Spirit, which we'll do. So, Brother Xavier dies. This Malevolent Spirit is gone. Okay, this unfinished business requires testing 4 intellect or 4 fight. I don't see any way of doing this without losing to Doom here. I just need one more turn. Let me see. Does Zoey has she used both of her Scene of the Crimes? She's one Scene of the Crime. She's got 3 cards left in her deck. Alright, so this is super ridiculous, but Zoey does have a Scene of the Crime left in her deck. So if she can draw through it, she can get those 2 clues, and get the Heretic done. So get the unfinished business done. But either way, Daisy will move here, shortcut, resign, dropping all of her clues here. So let's clean up Daisy's board. Covenant Initiate, I guess, stays here. This Doom goes away. And we're only buying 1 more turn for that, right? So we're at 5 of 7 Doom. Evil Past. Anyway. Let's see if this is even possible. I don't think it is, unless Zoey gets super lucky. Her draw, because she could play it, test it, move. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably belaboring the point, but I just don't like giving up. So, oh, actually, interestingly enough, I just realized this. This is, I didn't do this right. The Watcher's Grasp actually exhausts the Watcher because when it hit Zoey. So, we actually have actions to just draw cards. So, we don't need to test. We can just start drawing and looking for Scene of the Crime. Then at the beginning of next turn, we Scene of the Crime, we test our fight, we move, shortcut, and get out. So we'll draw cards. We're looking for Scene of the Crime. We draw, okay, Scene of the Crime. Awesome. All right, so we are in good shape to do that. So action 2, we will spend 3 resources to put the Ace of Rods into play, which discards my tower. All right, now we've got 1 more action because we did that. Okay, we need to grab a resource so we can play Scene of the Crime. All right, the Watcher readies, and Zoey draws a lucky, well, not great because we actually won't have enough resources to do that. We're at 6 of 7 Doom. Going out of Spectral, we get Terror in the Night. Okay, she doesn't care about this that much. She'll commit Taunt to it. And actually Soothing Melody. She pretty sure should use the Soothing Melody to draw the card, but whatever. Okay, so we're at 4, 5, 6 because we don't have Xavier anymore. We're at 6v4. -2. We pass. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now... Oh, and she would have taken Horror from the unfinished business at the end of last turn. Okay, so... The Spectral Watcher is on her. It's okay. We will spend 2 resources to play Scene of the Crime, which gets rid of these last 2 clues. Then we will throw away the Ace of Rods. Is during your turn, you remove Ace of Rods from the game. You may take an additional action this turn. Okay, so we'll take an additional action to test this. We're using our fight. We could take a resource, which would take a damage and a horror. No, because then we die. So let's not die. Dying is less than ideal. Okay, so we are at 6v4 on this. We take a damage and a horror as we test it. But we get plus $2 stats. So we are at, yeah, that's how we got to the 6v4. If only we had one more resource. -5, we fail. Okay, so then we will move here, taking a damage and horror. Oh, you know what? We actually could have taken that to get the lucky, but I don't know that would have made a difference. We will shortcut, and we will resign. So, close, so close. But anyway, we did get 2 of the unfinished business done. And we got these 2. So that's 4 victory points is decent enough. I can't complain about getting 4 victory points and 2 done. And it was very close. You know, I'll have to go back. I'm guessing there's probably some rules I messed up along the way because there's so much to keep track of with all the spectral cards. But boy, it was fun. Boy, it was a neat puzzle. I mean, these were really spread out. So, you know, getting all of them. I wonder what this heretic was. This heretic would have been. Oh, yeah, he stays where he is. And so, yeah, we just had to parlay. He would have been easy, actually, to get. She would have been easy to get. Had I known. But I didn't know. So, that's fine. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. This is such a cool scenario for the puzzle aspect of it and trying to figure out, you know, how to get everything done. And I can say that I did not make it easy with how I dealt things out. So anyway, good time. I hope to see you next time on Winging It.